Hey guys, it's me again, Lewis, and today I've got a review for Constantine number 2. This issue was part of the April WTF Shocker covers, in which the covers are supposed to shock you with game changers. This cover shows a dead Constantine, and when it's unfolded, it reveals the Spectre flying away with John's soul. Let's jump right in. As we begin, we see John getting off a plane in Myanmar. He's here to get the second piece of Croydon's compass, the dial. He gets in a cab, but is quickly knocked unconscious and wakes back up in a truck with a bunch of kid soldiers. The kids stole his cigarettes, but by the end of the ride, he's befriended them, and he got most of his cigs back. Arriving at a small village, John is escorted into a small shed-type house where he is tied to a chair. While he sits in the room, a powerful mage enters. This is none other than the southern blind Mr. E. Mr. E demands that John hands over the needle of the compass, but when he refuses, Mr. E begins torturing him by ripping his soul out slowly and painfully. This makes John reveal that the needle is in one of his cigarettes. After Mr. E takes the needle, John teleports out. Why he couldn't just teleport out before the needle was taken, I don't know. Anyway, elsewhere, John is fine with losing the needle because the compass doesn't work unless you have all three parts. As he's walking, a man tells him that he has a message for him. The man starts smoking from the mouth and ears because that man is the Spectre, who's come to take John's soul for cheating death so many times and causing so many to die. Luckily, John is able to convince him that if he dies, no one will be able to stop the cult of the cold flame. The Spectre realizes this and allows John to live, but only until he finishes his mission. And with that, the Spectre is gone. After John works up the energy to stand again, he goes to this temple-type building and, quite easily, finds a second piece of the compass, the dial. After acquiring this, John gets on yet another plane and heads to London in search of the third and final piece, the lens. The issue ends back in Myanmar, where we see Mr. E and Sargon the Sorceress meeting up and discussing their plans for John in London. Pretty good issue. I kind of think it was a little all over the place with the story, though, but the art was good as usual, giving it a realistic look in a magic world. Overall, I like this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, and come back next issue for the last piece of the compass.